These are the kind of trips I enjoy most. Long drives, quiet trails, and places that feel far from everyday life. I travel to remote areas to explore and slow things down, not to stay glued to my phone. But along the way, there are moments where it's nice if everything just works. Navigation, music, or a quick call home. Today, I brought along a device that might just help.
Welcome back to Destination Journey. Today we are going to be installing and reviewing this HiBoost cell phone signal booster. This particular model is their off-road and overlanding specific cell signal booster, the Traveler 3.0 ExplorerX. For some of you that don't know what a cell phone signal booster is, this is a device that you can use when you're starting to get off the grid, where cell phone signal is still a little bit spotty. You do need a cell phone signal of some degree to make this thing work. So say you have one bar, or you're kind of bouncing in and out of one bar, no reception. What this device will do, it'll boost that signal. Maybe it'll bring it up to a full bar or 2 bars in order for you to make a solid phone call without the call dropping. Another thing it'll do is, it allows you to upload and download a little bit more data. So you could stream music longer with this if that's what you're doing, or you could use your navigation before having to rely on offline maps, check the weather, things like that. It's just a really nice creature comfort to have along while you're on overlanding or off-roading trip and you're starting to get kind of a little bit further away from towns and cities that have good cell phone reception. Now, I've seen a lot of people talk about these as a great tool to have in case of an emergency. And yes, if you do have some level of a signal, this will allow you to get that phone call out. But I would not purchase this as an emergency device. That's your satellite communicators like your Garmin inReach, your Zolios. That's what I bring with me, because eventually on the trips I go on, I go completely off the grid. I have no cell phone service whatsoever for this thing to boost. So I want to be able to get to camp, send someone my coordinates, where I'm going the next day, check the weather to make sure I'm not getting into anything I can't handle. This device, when you're completely off grid, is not going to do that. So in my opinion, what these things are really good for is to just maintain everyday conveniences while you're on an overlanding and off-roading trip, as long as you have a cell phone signal. So most cases, you're probably never gonna lose some fraction of a cell phone signal. And in that case, this is gonna help everything work just a little bit better. This does boost 4G, LTE, and 5G signals across all major carriers. So AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, pretty much any US service provider, this is compatible with. All right, with all that being said, I did want to mention before we get into the unboxing and installation of this thing that HiBoost did send this out to me for this review. I do not have a contract with them. I'm not obligated to say anything one way or another about this unit. Everything I say in this review is going to be based on my experience using this thing. But with that being said, if you do want to check this thing out after you see this review, they did provide me with a link and a discount code that I'll place in the description below. All right, with that, let's get this thing out of the box. All right, so the first thing you're gonna notice when you open this thing up is the booster itself. This is where both your external antenna and your internal antenna are gonna connect, as well as your power source. So that's kind of your primary unit. You do have this extension rod. This is gonna be for the external antenna. This is completely optional. You do not have to install this if you don't want your antenna too far above your roof, but it's nice to have. You have some zip ties. And this is the antenna catch. So when you have it in the down position, in the resting position, this will be mounted somewhere along your roof as well for this extension to sit within, or your actual antenna itself can also rest inside of here. I'll just keep it safe while it's not in use. Here is your external antenna. So this is what is going to mount to this rod if that's what you choose to do. But this is the thing that is going to be on the outside of your vehicle. They do provide quite a bit of cable to run from that antenna into the vehicle to get to the booster. And here's your internal antenna. So this is going to mount someplace close to where you're going to be using your cell phone within the vehicle. probably more centrally located, so it can reach both your cell phone as well as any passengers that you have in the vehicle. Then here is just a nice simple DC plug to power the actual booster. Then there's the actual piece that you're going to use to mount the antenna to your roof. This thing is some robust aluminum. What I like about it is just pull this out and you can turn the antenna up or down. So it feels very solid, very durable. Bunch of different ways that you can mount this to your roof. So there's 3 holes on each side. This plate can be unscrewed and rotated the other direction. But overall, this is a solid piece of equipment. There's definitely some weight to it. Here's some additional mounting brackets. So say you're mounting this to some kind of a roof rack tube, or you can get creative with this as to how you're gonna adhere that to the roof. And then we have a couple more of the attachment points for the external antenna. So what this thing is, this is where your wire is going to be running, or your cable is gonna be running down through this rod or through that antenna. And it's open on the side here, so the wire's gonna come out the side here, and then you can route that into your vehicle. And in addition to that, here is what makes this the ExplorerX package. This is a spring. This is the thing that you can connect to here, and if you hit a tree branch or something, that's going to allow this thing to move out of the way without snapping off. And then you just have a bunch of mounting hardware. So got a lot of bolts and nuts here. These adhesive tabs that have a strap on here, so you, depending on where you're mounting this on top of your vehicle, you can use that to keep the cable nice and secure. And then a couple pieces of Velcro. On the bottom here, you'll see that there is little indications of where you would mount this. And then say you're mounting this underneath your seat, you can stick that right to the carpet, so it stays nice and still. Also have this piece of double stick rubber. Doesn't say what this is exactly for, but I'm assuming it's just to give you some more options on how you can mount your actual booster inside your vehicle. And then of course the user manual. So this just shows all the components that come with it, where to mount it, how to set it up properly, and then how to test it as well. So, all right, well, that's everything that's included with this kit. I'm gonna go ahead and get the 4Runner pulled inside the shop, get this thing installed and working properly and ready for an overlanding weekend I have coming up in northern Minnesota, where cell phone reception is spotty at best. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with the external antenna first. I also have a rooftop tent on my 4Runner, so I was thinking I could mount this to the top of the rooftop tent. There's a channel up there that I could slide some T-nuts into to mount this bracket to. But even if that was down, I still feel it could get caught on some branches. So I'm actually gonna mount it to the back of the rooftop tent. I have a couple pieces of angled aluminum that I'm gonna use as brackets back here and mount this little attachment to that. And then when I'm not using the antenna, I can swing it down behind the rooftop tent so it's fully protected. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So this is what I was talking about with those aluminum brackets. So I went ahead and mounted it to the antenna mount. And now I have a way to securely mount this to my rooftop tent. So we're just gonna use these channels, slide in some T-nuts, and bolt this on.
Once the mount is secure and I've attached the spring, I route the exterior antenna cable through the extender, then secure the antenna catch with zip ties. Next, I connect the exterior antenna cable to the long run that goes into the cab. I seal that connection with heat shrink to keep moisture out, especially important with Minnesota weather and road spray. I route the cable forward along the windshield using an existing wire hider, then down under the hood and through the factory firewall grommet on the passenger side. Inside the cab, the cable runs under the passenger's seat and connects directly to the booster. I attach the interior cable and mount the antenna in a central location so it works for me and any passenger. Then connect the DC power and plug it in. And that's really it. Once the exterior cable is cleaned up and zip tied in place, the system is ready to go. From start to finish, this took about 30 minutes.
All right, now that we have the HiBoost installed, I went ahead and backed out of the shop, and we're gonna go ahead and fire this thing up and make sure everything's working properly. So what you're gonna wanna do is download their app, which is the Signal Supervisor app. And I'm gonna go ahead and fire that up here. I've already downloaded it. And this is gonna tell you how well your HiBoost is actually working. What you're looking for here is 50 decibels of gain across all of these four signals that are coming in, these cell signals that are coming in. And what that tells you is that your external antenna and your internal antenna are working properly. You have them far enough apart that they're not interfering with each other. And so whatever signal is out there, I'm getting full gain on all four of these signals, so 50 decibels of gain. So that doesn't necessarily say how good the gain itself is. That all depends on the strength of the signal coming in. But you can see here on the LTE 700, I'm getting super, and the rest of them are good. All right, now that I know everything is set up properly, I have my external, internal antennas in a great place for this to work properly. I want to actually test how much of a boost I'm getting when the booster is turned on versus turned off. And in order for us to do that, I'm going to run just a basic speed test using a speed test app. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on. Okay, with the HiBoost turned on, I'm gonna go ahead and start this test. So we are connecting. And now this is testing the download speed first, megabytes per second. And we're pushing over 600, so 660 almost for download speed. For upload speed, right around 60 megabytes per second. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and turn the booster off and then run this test again. And again, starting off with the download speed, I think we had 650 with it on, 325, so half for our download speed. For upload speeds, we're not even close. So we have around, let's say 13.8 upload. Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn the booster back on. I just wanna test it one more time to make sure if there's any inconsistencies, let it fire back up a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and push go. All right, with the HiBoost turned back on, we're pushing into the 600s again. So it's consistent, not 650, but 617, still very close. And our upload speeds are 95. So the HiBoost is definitely making a big difference. All right, everything seems to be hooked up properly. We're gonna go ahead, get the 4Runner set up for this trip and head up north.
Trips like this are why I come up here. Snow-covered trails, long stretches of road, and places that feel far removed from everything else. This is a real test. not a controlled environment. Real travel through a remote area like northern Minnesota, deep into the North Shore, on trails I've driven many times before. What stood out right away was consistency. I had usable cell service almost the entire trip. I streamed music most of the way without interruptions. I looked up directions on the fly without needing to switch straight to offline maps. And the main thing I've expected up here was drop calls, and that just didn't happen. In the past, it's been normal for calls to cut out or never connect at all. This time, I was able to stay in contact with home almost the entire trip. There were only 2 or 3 moments where I had no cell service whatsoever, and even then, it didn't last very long. My friend driving separately in the Jeep didn't have a booster and had much more spotty reception through the same trails. We were out there, almost all the way to Canada, and I had better service than I've ever experienced in this area before. I've traveled this stretch of northern Minnesota many times, and I've never had cell coverage this consistent. For me, the HiBoost proved itself out here, on long drives, remote trails, and in places where service is usually unreliable. And the best part is, unlike satellite communicators like my Zoleo, there's no monthly or yearly subscription. Once it's installed, it just works, as long as there's some signal to work with. If you're interested in checking it out, I'll have a link and discount code in the description, and you'll also see a QR code on the screen. If you found this video useful, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you next time.